What's up, guys? Today, Athena and I are going to be heading to PSI Performance. Sorry if I sound like shit. For some reason, my throat. I woke up like with a really dry throat. I don't know what it is. So, throat hurts a little bit. But yeah, we're since we haven't given you an update on the Nova in quite some time. We're gonna drive up there, record some video for you guys so you guys can see all the work that was done. She's pretty much almost finished. The PSI performance guys have a couple things to wrap up. Yeah, so I'm gonna go pick up Athena now. We're gonna go get breakfast and then hit the road. PSI is about 2 hours from me, so it's gonna be a little bit of a long morning. So, but yeah, we'll start recording once we get there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are you smiling? You usually come out with an RBF.
Whatever.
Are you awake this morning?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Late night?
No.
Whose fault was that?
Not mine.
Uh-huh. You ready to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you're ready to eat.
Oh my god.
Alright, off to get some breakfast.
Approximately 10 hours later.
What's that?
Let me eat in peace.
What you got there? Some Royal Farms chicken.
Yep.
At a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the chicken at today?
I haven't had any chicken yet.
What about the fries?
The fries are good.
Give me a number.
Probably like an 8.
Really?
I feel like I've had better though. So. But they're good.
Did it seem like they just made it?
Yeah.
Why don't you bite into a piece of chicken? Let me know. Let me know the number on that.
I'd like to do that by myself.
No.
I'd like to do that by
no,
myself.
no. Let's go. Bite into that piece of chicken.
I don't bite into the chicken. I just take a piece and then I eat it.
Okay.
It's good.
Give me a number.
I think like around an 8 or a 9.
Ooh. Look at that, Royal Farms. You need to sponsor us. Contact me at LewisMartinezRacing@gmail.com.
Approximately 10 hours later.
What are you doing? I feel like poop.
Yeah. Road's a little bumpy.
Yeah, Pennsylvania roads, unfortunately, the tax dollars here really get put to good use. And I hate this narrow road, especially coming out of here with a trailer. Fucking sucks. But it is what it is. But PSI is right around the corner here. Here's a beautiful shop PSI. That's Let's see if we can find Don. Go this way. Oh, that's nice in here. Yo, what's up? You live in the life of luxury in here. Got the AC on and stuff. What you making? You were gonna extend it or make a whole new one, or will we?
Well, yours, the front half of it works, so I'm just gonna
Extend it.
back so it fits back
Yeah.
to the back side of the chassis again. It had kind of an extension on it. It wasn't that great. It was like some hot going a while ago, and then trying to get the bottom of it off anyway. So
Yeah.
put it all back together.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Pretty good. Look at this. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that craftsmanship. Look at that. Just look at it.
All right, so what we did in the back here is, for whatever reason, a lot of tubes were kind of removed at some point from the chassis. So obviously with the upgrade.
So all that was removed.
Yeah, a lot of this. So these bars were gone. These bars weren't here. These bars used to be in there, but they were cut out for some reason. These bars actually never were put in, and the bars here weren't in correctly, or they were a little bit smaller and they were a little crooked. So we went ahead and just cut all them out and stuff and kind of started from scratch. Re-adding some of the bars. I'm not sure why they were cut out. I can only imagine to like fit a seat in at one point, and then maybe through processes or whatever, they were never put back in or forgotten about or something. But at this point, with the level of horsepower that we're moving to and everything, we're just going to have to obviously brace all this stuff back up and kind of prepare for, you know what I mean, the forces that all this is going to be under now.
Yeah, so I don't die.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, less than ideal. Even the brackets and stuff like that didn't have a lot of the connectors welded into them.
Oh, okay.
You know, this one actually was welded in and cut back out. So I'm assuming it's because the Heim joint on the 4-link bar hit it.
Yeah.
Because of how the brackets are designed. So went in and, you know, welded those in, notched everything the way it should be, and kind of braced all them and stiffened everything up, because those are essentially the entire 4-link bracket here was just floating, you know, and self-supporting. Nothing was racing that or supporting it or keeping it from twisting or whatever. So this thing would have been a wiggly banana with this thing, you know, with this much power.
Wiggly banana.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been good. So we're getting it all, that's all done, putting the panels back in and stuff. We're gonna have to make some steel panels back that fill this in, and then have the, you know, the cutout circle for the drive shaft enclosure to fit into. So that's why we're extending the drive shaft enclosure now to get that put back in. You know where that needs to lay.
Yeah.
But already had the transmission in, everything there fits, clears. That's good. So once we get this done, we'll drop that back in, and then take a look at our transmission mount. It just needs to be extended to meet the bottom side of the transmission again.
Nice. And then up here, you guys did obviously all the turbo kit stuff.
Well,
you
yeah, up here,
built the cell.
Yeah, so up here, the way we did it, and I really like kind of moving towards this direction whenever possible, is kind of the fuel cell is the entire fuel unit essentially. So when you pull the fuel cell out, like the fuel pump, everything, you'll remove one V band here, 2 fuel connections, and the entire fuel system will remove from the car. So,
nice.
This whole cell, the pump, everything, regulator, all stays with the car. So simple. And then everything here is out of the way.
Gotcha.
You don't have to kind of fight with a bunch of different things, move everything around. If, you had to, pull the motor out or change a motor or whatever, this whole unit comes out as one. And then we'll click back in. Like I said, it's 2 line connections and 4 pins. And this whole system can come in and out.
Nice.
So, yeah, basically, while building everything and laying everything out, we kind of just wanted to make it as easy to work on as possible, while still kind of, locating everything where we want it to be.
Right.
For weight distribution and everything like that.
Those brass knuckle handles.
Yeah.
Do they get welded on?
No, we can bolt them on or something like that. But yeah, they'll go on the valve covers here. I mean, we could weld them on if we wanted to, but yeah, they'll probably get mounted here and here on the valve covers, so we can actually pull those off.
I think that's the sickest part of this whole car.
Yeah, we got some of those.
What's up with this one? You guys are...
Yeah, so this is a car that we're doing for a couple customers out of Florida. So this is actually a billet Coyote deal. Twin turbo. They brought it to us. We did the entire turbo kit. You can do all the plumbing on this stuff.
This is Brian.
Yeah, it's Brian and Mike. Brian and Mike.
I say Brian because that's how it's spelled.
It's spelled a little different, but yeah, I actually had to ask him about I'm correcting, but yeah, it's Brian and Mike down in Florida.
Yeah.
So they do a ton of the Coyote stuff. So I mean, it really is an impressive platform. So,
did you do all this too, like the cells?
Yeah,
stuff?
everything. So this one came in, it just had the motor in place, so we went ahead and mounted the front motor plates, complete turbo kit, piping, headers, hot parts kit, intercore plumbing, fuel cell. We did all the dry sump mounting. Did like a whole pin mount here, so the entire oil dry sump thing comes off in this titanium mount. It all mounts together, and that'll be that mounts right on there like that with one quick pin, and this whole system will come out.
That's cool.
We did same kind of deal with the fuel cell as your car, where once you take these 4 bolts out, all these saddles kind of unclip out of the chassis here, and back here we'll have the fuel filter and the fuel pressure regulator mounted to the back side. So again, it'll be 2 hose connections out and in, and then that's it. This whole thing, 4 bolts, 2 hoses, and the entire fuel system comes out of the way, and then you can go ahead and pull your motor in and out, without anything in the way of that and stuff like that. So again, just trying to build stuff to make it super easy to work on.
And this car is like an identical copy of Black Friday, right? But besides like the motor setup,
I believe so.
Yeah,
it's
like
pretty close. Yeah, it was a NRC car. I think he builds them kind of pretty similar. So yeah, it's still stock suspension style chassis, but this thing's got it's really nice. It's a really nice piece for sure.
Yeah.
So they should be able to go after the records and stuff like that with this deal.
I love the interior on this. It's so clean.
Yeah, we got the dash pulled out right now. We're doing some some different paneling and stuff like that, getting this fuel tech and everything mounted inside, nice. So it'll come through the dash. And normally there's a dash in here and everything, and it's a very finished off interior for sure.
Nice.
It's all carbon and stuff in the back, with just carpet over it, so you can't tell.
Oh, yeah.
It's extremely nice, extremely well built.
I always thought you shouldn't have carpet in these types of cars. But
I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a really good sealed off firewall and stuff like that, I mean, there's really no downside to it. Obviously, with some of the carpets, they're not as fire retardant as metal or not having carpet. But like I said, it really comes down to having a really sealed firewall, and so no fire gets off inside. Plus, this thing has all full fire suppression both inside and outside. And then a lot of the classes that he kind of wants to run is some of the street car stuff, so they require some sort of a finished interior, so the carpet gets that, meets all those requirements and stuff like that for some of maybe the street car classes and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, but action leaks, like that's the brake. So like I'll probably, when we bend up these lines, just move this thing to like right here or something.
Okay.
You know, just so that those lines, you know what I mean, they'll give you that much more clearance. You can get 3 or 4 inches more clearance there. But then obviously the seat goes back in. This is like the stuff that takes a while though. It's like we see stuff like this. It's like, all right, we're gonna go mount the seat back in. Like, no, we're not. We're not gonna actually bolt your seat to this because this isn't how it should be done. I don't know who did that.
It should be like through bolted.
Well, it's just like look at this. This is a tab that like I guess somebody cut off of a bar and then welded on half-ass sideways and then bolted the seat to it. Like that's not correct in any way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like everywhere we turn, we're finding things like that. That obviously, all right, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, kind of thing.
Yep.
So, but
I'm sure she's gonna try to wheelie a lot now.
well, hopefully, I think we've addressed it. Like I said, we've done a little bit. We've moved the motor around in the chassis front to back a lot, and we've also, you know, changed crank center line a little bit. All things to kind of balance that out. We used to carry a ton of ballast on the front to try and combat the wheelie and stuff. That's why everyone's really questioning us when we put the turbos up front versus back here, which is like the new popular deal. Not that I would have been against it. It's just obviously would have been a lot more.
Yeah, look at this fucking bar here.
Right.
Look at the
well,
firewall.
this one would have been our big problem. We would have had to kind of re-engineer a whole bunch of stuff. So we needed, where our motor was located in the chassis was already really far back to begin with, which was helping and hurting us. So we could, you know, we were able to put the turbos up front to kind of balance the car back out a little bit. Whereas a lot of guys really need to move that weight back. So, you know, this car is really short and stubby in the front, so everything looks like it's hanging out way far, but in reality, you know, normal cars are be another 12 inches out or so. So we get away with this kind of layout, and I think it's really going to work well for us. So
Yeah.
That big bracket will be gone, stuff like that, and then, like I said, this is just getting that sheet metal panel put back in. Goes over here for the edge of this panel to mount, and then in here will now get welded in, the panel stripped in or whatever, and then that'll have the center cut out for the dry shaft enclosure in it. So,
that Royal Farms chicken.
oof.
Yeah.
That is the boost gate. That one's got to get swapped out. They sent us the new one.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have to swap that out, and then this one has to get sent back.
Okay.
With a label in there. You want to do that today?
Yeah, I could take it with me or whatever.
Well, all you got to do is literally swap it out, put it in the box. They already gave a label, slap the label on the box, and just drop it in any UPS thing. This is
Oh, the harness.
the big box of goodies. We returned the other one, or at least it's sitting up front with an RMA.
Nice.
So that's the.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a little deceiving.
Yeah, I feel that. That's all wires.
It's a lot for what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is everything. So this is all the everything from low dollar, all the other stuff. So this will all go down to Eric. It's the ECU, all that stuff. I have to mount. I have to cut the holes for these bad boys in the firewall.
That's from Mac or whatever.
Yeah, Mad Racing.
Yeah,
These
Mad
are like
Racing.
the little billet
Yeah.
EGT things. And then we got the black K-Pro plugs and everything. So we don't have the ugly yellow ones.
Right.
So yeah, they should work out really nice. You can see your primer fuel pumps mounted there off that crossbar. It's one of Cameron's mounts. So that mounts there. That attaches to a bung on the bottom of the cell. We're gonna actually start pulling this thing apart. The cell's getting coated. Yeah, just to get all the stuff that's getting powdered, we're gonna send with the next batch of shit we have to send. We have to send a bunch of shit with this thing. So I gotta see. I'd love to get the valve covers anodized, but
What, black?
yeah, but I think it's just you can't have any steel. So like I don't know about these inserts and shit like that. So we're just gonna leave.
I like it like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not doing nothing now. I'm just saying, like, if I had a choice, I'd love black ones.
Yeah.
You know? But I think they'll stay. Whatever. The cell will be black. Motor plates black.
Brad Anderson. I think you can order them in black.
Yeah.
And then they say, you know, Brad Anderson on them or whatever.
We'll get the fucking DMPE ones.
Yeah.
Them Johns are dope. They're like, you know, like the Noonan ones where it's got like big bumps and stuff for the rockers. They kind of look like them. But they're super happy. Valve covers for Hemis are just fucking expensive.
Anything for a Hemi is expensive.
It's fucking for sure. Oil, that's the last thing we gotta I gotta kind of sort out a little bit. It's just the plumbing for feeds, like oil feeds and stuff like that. So this has 2 ports off the back here. I gotta kind of take a look at the motor, see what other ports we have available. We got the pressure port off the pump there that we're gonna measure for the ECU, but I just need filtered oil for these. So I have a piece coming that I found, like this little bulkhead from Innovative that I ordered for that car that I'm going to be using to do the same thing. And if that works out good, I'll probably just get one for this.
Okay.
But basically, I got to come out and then split the lines and go to this. So just kind of figuring out the best way to do all that stuff. But other than that, this thing is kind of, as far as fab work, the last stuff we had to do was finish up everything inside. So
yeah. Now it's all the little shit.
Yeah, it's all the little shit that's left now. So everything will kind of come apart now. I got to blow the panels into the firewall for the EGTs. Then everything can kind of get painted, and then it's just reassembly.
Athena said she's ready to drive this.
That's it.
She said she's an expert now.
That's it. She's ready to go. You're losing your seat quickly losing your seat with every pass she makes. You're closer to not driving anymore.
Yeah.
That's how.
Hey, that's 100 pounds right there.
You might need to learn this because we're gonna need it. We're gonna be going into the final or something like that. We're gonna need to do a driver swap. We'll run the steps.
You already had the game because you have to shift the Mustang. You don't have to shift this car.
You don't have to shift nothing.
Just gotta hold on for dear life.
You're jockey sized. Yeah. So it should work out pretty good. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Oh, we got to mount up some back pressure things. But those will probably just mount them off the frame rail or something down there. We got to modify some catch pans. That's one thing that this car definitely needs like a little bit of an upgrade with. Is the catch pan. The one it had is there, but it's not very. It could be better. This is the trans.
Yeah,
This is the trans. Then it's basically just a flat panel. You know what I mean? That goes between the frame rails. We're gonna want something that kind of comes up the sides a little bit and really contains. Where is it? It's stuck back here somewhere, but it's basically just a flat panel that goes underneath in Zeus's. So there's a couple options out there, like pre-made stuff. It might be just our simplest option is like they make like the carbon tubs essentially that fit right between the frame rails. They already have like nice big like 4-inch sides on them and stuff like that, and then just be Zeus mounts right from the side right into this tub. That gives us sides, everything fits up in there. I think they're usually around $600 or something like that.
That's not bad.
No, they're pretty affordable. I got a transmission one coming for that car. This transmission pan we'll be able to reuse. I don't know that I think we really need to reinvent the wheel on that one. It should fit. Everything's the same there. So this we'll reuse as long as the pan don't hit it. The one in the back we'll be able to reuse. So all that'll stay the same. The engine one will probably get like a carbon tub thing and just mount that up. That's probably going to be our cheapest bet. So yeah, this has to go back in, and then we can measure for a drive shaft as well.
Looking good so far.
You can take the old one with you and sell that deal.
Oh yeah,
drive shaft. Yeah, we can't use it. Way different. So, and that has that long slip yoke on it and everything too that we don't need. So you can go ahead and sell that whole unit. That can get sold, and then you can sell the fucking this deal.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, it's the
Holly mount.
yeah, it's the dash mount for the Holly. But this is the drive shaft here.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, dude, check these out. I had to upgrade my life a little bit. It's one of the new Iron Man push bars, whatever, that Brian Weddle sells.
Oh, that's
Basically,
cool.
you just pull on this and it clicks into the car, so you don't have to, like, you know what I mean, crawling underneath the car and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
super quick. Yeah.
How much was that thing?
I think they're like $350 or something like that. Brian Weddle. So he makes and sells those. So I'm gonna actually probably cut the end of it off because I have one of the ones where it's like, you can take that. Mine's like spring loaded. So I'm gonna cut the end off and put my spring loaded end on the end.
Okay.
Spring loaded, and then it has the thing. So it's like extra fancy. Yeah, all right, so we got this one. We're gonna take the front end off this deal. Just grab the other side of the front end, we'll take it off and put it over there real quick. Just grab like the wheel well, it's fine. Slide forward.
Ooh, it got hot.
Yeah, it's warm out here. This is a ghetto bird. This is Trent's car from Australia. Mark Benson does the driving and stuff, and they you know, work on the car, support the car, and run the car here in the Radio Outlaw series. So he originally brought the car in. They had the motor mounted to where the crank center line was very low in the chassis. So in order to get that to a happy spot for the chassis to kind of work correctly, they ended up having to raise the ride height of the car with the suspension really high.
Right.
So, you know, instead of the front end of the car being about 3 inches or so off the ground, it was like 6. You know, it was just, the car looked kind of silly. It was up really high, but that was basically what it took in order to get the crank center line where they needed to get the car to be responsive like it needed to. So they had these strut cups put on and a bunch of some other stuff done in a few other shops or whatever, but they brought it here basically just to get all that kind of stuff sorted.
So, we had some great Mexican for lunch. I forgot to shoot that. There's a awesome Mexican spot near PSI. If you guys ever drop your cars off at PSI, you need to visit Las Fritas. They have the best shrimp ceviche ever. Why are you laughing?
Because but you always get.
Yeah, it's so good.
Everywhere.
So, so yeah, it's really good. Well, Plaza Mexico, they do it a little bit different. They do shrimp and tilapia, but it's not the same as Las Fritas. But yeah, anyway, so car's coming along obviously very nicely. A lot of little details Don is addressing. So, you know, it's just a matter of time before, you know, we pump some life into that thing and we're making some runs. You know, obviously, it's taking a little bit of time, longer than we thought, just because Don's really busy. He's obviously, you know, he's got a bunch of cars there that he's working on, and then on top of that, he kept finding issues that need to be addressed, just so like it can be a safe car to drive. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Until next time, see you later.